This will be the first level of assistive technology, a low-level assistive technology, teacher-prepared notes. These are notes for my biology class, doing the second part of ecology, dealing with biomes. Typical sort of table of contents, moving into some definitions, the biosphere, the biomes themselves, and then moving into actual definitions of the biomes, examples of what type of creatures, what type of plants you'd find there, where the biomes are located, temperature range, average rainfall, and then a brief description. And this goes on for a number of pages, which may seem somewhat excessive, but in covering the different biomes that we're studying, students need to get this information. This is something that definitely would be difficult for many students, even in a regular education classroom, to write down any amount of time that you would have to go over this material in class. So I provide these notes to all of my students. And as you go through, you see all of the different biomes. These are the terrestrial biomes. We move on. Finally, we get to an illustration of what some of these biomes would look like, and then a map of where the different biomes will be found throughout the world. Unfortunately, because I have to copy these here at school and the price of printing, the notes have to be done in black and white, but we'll see an improvement upon that later. A mid to high-tech assistive technology device, in this case, not the iPad itself, which we'll get again to later, but a system to speak text that we have here in an iBook.
Reflecting errors above. Far away, the mountains were violet in the afternoon haze, and the huge red sun hung in a sky as yellow as a ripe peach. His eye caught a twinkle 10 miles to the southwest, and for an instant he was puzzled. Then he frowned. The sunlight on the 2,000-foot globe of Duke Anga's new ship, the Enterprise, back at the Gorham ship. And we can change the speed at which the text is read. I'm going to pause for a moment. Lost my selection there. Slightly faster From the wide
rate.
Spaces of green treetops, under a shimmer of sun reflecting errors above. Far away, the mountains were violet in the afternoon
And
haze,
if we need to, now we've got a slightly faster. Hold on. As I said, if we need to, we can slow the speech level down quite a bit, almost to an individual word rate. Alright, that's part 2. Alright, and now we're at our high-tech example, the iPad itself, which combines a number of these features that we would like. The first, I'd like to show you, this is an iPad 3, and it has this nice little button right here that looks like a microphone. When you touch that button, as you speak into the iPad, it records. It's not immediately printing, but it records what you're saying. When you touch the microphone button again, it types what you said. This is a pretty good feature. This is the first time that I've spoken into this iPad, so it doesn't take the recording time, the training time that other programs like Drag and Dictate do. So it seems to be a pretty cool idea. I like the way this works. Another thing you can do with this, in addition to the books, like I mentioned earlier in my notes, that were in black and white, on the iPad, I have a nice full color version. You've got, again, the bold and underline for the key terms, but now they're in color. Makes it much easier to see. Right now these are just in PDF format, so unfortunately you can't select individual words and have them speak, but Apple does have their iBook Writer format, and as soon as I get done with these classes and have some spare time, I'm going to look into converting these over to the iBook format, and then I'll be able to have them utilized on the iPads themselves so that the students can speak the text if they need to, as well as getting the color. And that's it for the high tech.